Greetings everyone. Today I will show you how to disassemble a GNG GTP9 magazine. As you can see, this is my GTP9 and it is magazine. Now first you have to make sure that there are no BBs in it and there's no gas in it. So if you press this valve, you can hear there's nothing coming out. Now, do not, I repeat, do not, let me just get some focus here. Do not try to empty the gas from your magazine by pushing this button. Just load in some BBs and fire the rest of the gas out. Make sure there's no gas in it. And after the pressure is very low, like it couldn't cycle your gun, you can just press this button to release the excess. Now, first things first, you have to take this cap off. Now this cap is usually at the bottom of the gun. I already took it off. But as you can see, we have, from the magazine side, we have this little tab. You just pull it down. And after you pull it down, you can just slide this off this way towards the front. After you've done this, you are going to need a small tapping tool. I use these pliers because they are the perfect size. Basically you need a small barrel type tool. And as you can see, we have 3 rivets at the bottom. Let me just try and zoom in a little bit more on that. As you can see, we have these rivets at the bottom, these 2 rivets, and you have to take these out. Do not take out the third one, because the third one is for the spring, for the BBs, and this small latch. You don't need to take out the third one, only the 2 other ones. For this, you just take your tool and line it up on the other side and just push a little. As you can see, it's out a little bit now, so I can just take it out by hand. It helps because we have O-rings inside under this plate. It helps if you push down on it while you're trying to get the pins out. You can even put it on a table and push down that way, but I found it difficult to manage to get the pins out. Basically, you take these pins after they are out like this, like 1 or 2 millimeters. Just grab your pliers and just pull them. It's quite easy. There should be no resistance. You can take them out by hand. Now don't lose these, because if you lose these, you will not be able to reassemble the magazine. For that, I usually take a container top like this one and just put them in it, and that way I won't lose them. Now back to the original zone. After this, you can take out this bottom piece right here. Be careful not to lose the O-ring inside the magazine. You can see the green stuff. So now that you are here, you have the whole valve assembly in your hands. You can just take this screw and get it out by hand. As you can see, you have access to it. Now check this O-ring, this little green O-ring on the valve. Make sure it's not dry. Mine isn't at the moment. There are no cracks on it, no tear rings or anything, because otherwise you have to change it. Now, for future reference, I took this apart because I didn't have any problems with the gas. I'm gonna take a measurement. It's a 5mm type to know the diameter of this, because future on I may or may not do a retapping of this and convert it to HPA. Now, after you're done with that, you wanna screw this back in. This is a normal right hand screw thread, by the way. Not too tight, not too loose. You don't need to, you don't need a wrench for it. As you can see, it already is. It's 6-sided, so you can get like a wrench and just nab on it and tighten it that way, but you shouldn't do that because you will surely crush the O-ring you have in it. So just hand tighten it, not too tight, not too loose, just a little bit, it should be fine. After you're done with that, inspect the inside of the magazine for any debris that might have went inside or any paint that came off, anything basically. And after that you want to reinsert the bottom piece like this. Now you can't really screw it up because if you look from the side you should be able to see through the rivet holes. If you push it down and you don't see the rivet holes like this, you put it in the wrong way. So you just take it out, turn it around. There's another trick I can show you. If you see the GNG trademarks on the mag, and on the other side you obviously don't, you want to line that up with the GNG trademarks on the valve assembly. So line it up, go for the GNG trademarks, put it in, and if you push on it, you should be able to see through the rivet holes. It doesn't really show up on camera, but you can see through them. I will show you in just a second. Now the other two pins you took out, these small little bastards, you push down on the bottom of the magazine and then you put these back in. Now, which way do you put them in? From the side where the GNG logo is shown. That is the so-called entry point, and the other one is an exit point. It shouldn't really matter, but I try to keep them relatively the same. Now this is not easy by a long shot, so I will take my trusty table here to help me with this. I just put it in just a little bit so it can hold itself in place. Then I put it on a table and then I push down. This should be more than enough to put the rivets in. Well, should, but I actually managed to do the back one by hand. Let me just try to get the focus right. I'm sorry about the focus problems. I use an autofocus lens because I'm usually photographing, but I haven't seen any tutorials on this. So you insert the other rivet as well, all the way. Then you just take the tapping tool you used before and just try to gently push it in place. Just gently push it in place. I have to admit this would have been easier with an actual vise. But yeah, after you're done with those, you have to take this small cap that you took off, you slide it back on, like showing you from the front. And after that your magazine is serviced. You can put it back to the gun, fill it with gas, anything you want. Thank you for watching. I hope it was helpful to you. Goodbye and good luck.